Occasionally we got very special requests, especially from aviation fanatics. There's a gentleman, his name is Anthony.
Hi, are you Pat?
Yeah, you Anthony?
Hi Pat, I'm Anthony. Yeah, nice to meet you.
Anthony comes to our property to look for aviation aircraft stuff all the time.
I actually, over the course of my life, have rebuilt 747, and I've been shopping in the deserts and buying aircraft parts since I was in my early 20s. Oh boy, I didn't realize how hard this was going to be to watch. That's an old 767 cockpit coming apart. That's Martin Air. I probably flew on that airplane. Oh, I see the L-1011 back there. Oh my God, I haven't seen one of those in so many years. Right now, if I could buy everything on this lot, I would, just to prevent them from being broken up. Especially these vintage ones. This is a DC-10. I can't see it being taken apart.
He was very emotional about it being ripped up. I was kind of shocked. Maybe I'm just used to it. Okay, here we go in the L-1011.
Oh my God, it's gutted inside. Oh, look at this. It's an old safety card. Unfortunately,
the pigeons have enjoyed this plane.
You know what I love about it is I can totally still see the remnants of the wallpaper and how vintage this aircraft is. The elevator that goes to the lower lobe galley. Yep. That's really awesome. Any chance I could get this movie screen off the airplane? This is actually really vintage and a great piece of aviation history. I haven't been on an L-1011 since I was a little kid, and so right now I'm a little bit emotional because I have a feeling this is probably the last time I'm ever going to get to be on this airplane. So this must be the cockpit door. No admittance to flight station. I think it's okay now though. Ah, it's really, really sad. This would have been like, can you imagine just sitting in this seat and looking out the window of the cockpit of an L-1011 for the very last time? I'm really upset. I can at least push this forward and pretend like I'm flying the aircraft though, huh?
I mean, the guy was just overwhelmed. He's definitely in love with aircraft.
In the high desert of California is a harsh, dry wasteland where airplanes go to die. And a crack team of demolition experts who turn those jumbo jets into scrap. This is ARC Aerospace, 6 specialized operators from the School of Hard Knocks, and some seriously badass machines. On a demo pad of concrete 6 feet deep, they strip airplanes down to bare metal and recycle over 1 million pounds of aluminum every year. Out here, every day brings a new challenge, so every day starts with a wrecking plan.
Good morning, guys. As you guys know, we're kind of at a standstill metal-wise. So
just drop the plane.
yeah, well, before we even think about dropping it, sandbags got to be taken out. That can make a mess.
Well, what are we gonna do? We're gonna bite a hole in the side of it?
We could probably bite a hole in that door right there, since that's where they are.
The cargo door right there?
The cargo door, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Just puncture it, then bend it, and it'll fall right off.
I believe we've done this before, Dave.
We've done this before.
Haven't we?
Yes.
I see Dave's chest puff up and his feathers are ready to shake.
You want to see my feathers get ruffled? You just keep messing with me.
Go away, rubber ass.
He's not lipping.
He's not lipping today. No, see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's looking down.
Oh, now he's lipping back. He's all right, guys, let's do this.
Hey, now you can climb your ass up in a plane and help us with those sandbags.
Everybody cooperating to get the job done. That's probably the best thing I've seen
come out of this whole thing is what's happening next and how do we go about it, because every aircraft's a little different.
I don't know that I've had any problems with them in a while because they do get along so well. Now, I'm not saying they don't fight and have bickering going on. I mean, they're like kids, but they manage to work it out themselves.
She gave me a chance. That's one thing I appreciate about her, you know, and I showed her, and I'm still showing her, you know. Like all of us, we all have responsibilities on that demo pad, you know.
There's more to life than just friends. Working with these guys is like working with your brothers. You know, they're family.
Hey, you need to bring it in closer. On this pallet, closer.
You got it, man. It's all you.
You know, we're just there for each other. We do everything together, work together, play together. We know each other's secrets.
Tony!
You know, when I was younger, you know, I guess I had kind of an attitude, you know what I mean? I sold drugs, so, you know, in that type of lifestyle, you don't think about anything else but yourself, you know? You're very selfish. And if you're using, then you become just like a wrecking ball, you know what I mean? You're gonna destroy yourself, your relationships with your parents, your siblings. It's a real bad situation you put yourself in. What happened with me is I was actually, you know, that wrecking ball. My life has changed for the better, actually, since my incarceration. You know, once you get off drugs, you know, you get a different outlook on life, you know. You know what you've been missing. Loaded them up, about 40,000 pounds of aluminum. Right now he's strapping it down, and I'm about to take him out. When you're clean, your goals, your attitude towards life changes. You know, people start wanting you around more. You know, I've noticed that too. This L-1011 is going to be coming on halfways. We gotta, you know, fit her in here a little tight.
It's L-1011, you know. We got word that it's coming back on the pad. We're pretty happy. All it does is just sit in the desert and just taunt us.
Since it's an ARC aircraft, we own it, there's no rush to get it done. So they're basically brought up onto the pad and taken off as we have room.
Since I've been working here, this L-1011's just been parked here, you know, and I've been always wanting to get it, just take a bite out of it, because these planes are so unique, these L-1011s, that they're just so beefy. The metal on them are just thick. You know, I'm more of a hunter, so looking at it, I just want to get that prey and just tear it up.
That L-1011 has been sitting there longer than I've worked here, and I've worked here coming up on 5 years. I'd like to demo that plane because it's just been there too long. It needs to go away.
When I seen it back on the pad, I was like, all right, we get to tear this one apart. Be my first L-1011 that I've done.
I would relate crunching the L-1011 to my 1953 Oldsmobile, which was my second car. Made like a tank, made with real steel. That was a real airplane, the L-1011.
I've been trying to get on this barbecue in my spare time, you know, but work calls, I gotta fix these machines, man. That don't stop. We're just coming up with concepts and messing around, you know, seeing if we could utilize some airplane parts on it. Do a little bit of welding, put some hinges on, see what else we come up with.
The barbecue is made of scrap items, which we repurposed to create something extraordinary for us. And so every time we look at it, we can see that there's a work of art there, and it came from nowhere else but the pad.
That grill, it'll hold at least 8 to 9 pounds of, you know, meat. So the sooner the better. We're kind of we're hungry out there, you know what I mean? The L1011 finally came back on the pad, and it was already clean and it was ready for us to demo. I told Mike, go ahead and start, you know, biting up the top, you know, let's see what we could do about dropping the nose.
You know, that L-1011 is it's a classic airliner, you know, and in a way, it's like, it sucks to see it go. I was gonna work my way all the way down, just try to make it a convertible, easy to shot. You know, I'm just taking my time on it, and I hear somebody yelling. Bad news. Yeah, the L-1011's getting rolled off.
I just got off the phone with Pat. I know you already started demoing it. So I mean, we can't demo this right now. Unfortunately, we got another plane possibly coming. No. The customer needs, I believe, landing gear pronto. So I told her, I'm like, well, we already bid it. I already had Michael bite a couple bites out of it. So she said, just stop.
So we brought it back up on the pad, and the guys are finally like, okay, we're gonna get rid of this monster. And we got a request to bring an A320 up. So now we have to back the L-1011 back off the pad to get the A320 done. And then hopefully, if we're lucky, the L-1011 will come up and we'll be done with it.
What happens if we just split it in half to where they can't back it up?
Well, I mean,
I looked at it, I told him, I said, man, how about we just let me bite this sucker in half to where they can't roll it, you know? Let me collapse the gear, you know? Or we get it, you know, it's here. But no matter what, we gotta listen to the person above us, you know?
it's just, I don't know. I'm frustrated about it, so.
You know what, man? Let me call Pat.
Yeah. So go ahead and just park her, and we'll get this thing off the pad. And then
So we're gonna roll it out of the desert with a big hole in it. That's crazy. It is what it is. I feel like I just took a bite out of a nice piece of steak, you know, nice and juicy and everything, flavorful, and it just got pulled out of my mouth.
It has to go. But for some reason, it survives another day.
You know what? Every so often we get a plane, we'll pull it up on the pad, we'll clean it, and then next thing you know, Pat has some priorities that, you know, just gets changed around. So me and the crew, we gotta, you know, just go off of what her plans are.
I think as soon as they get the other plane up there and get it being smashed up, they forget about the L-1011 until they look out in the desert, see it sitting there again.
We got the rest of this Martinair 767. It's the final stage pretty much of demoing any airplane. It's the cockpit. The dirtiest part of the aircraft, that's what it is. A lot of it is composite and insulation mixed with some wire. That's what makes it dirtier. We got to separate the wire from the trash and the trash from the aluminum. When you demo a cockpit, you pretty much want to use the grapple because you could surgically bite holes and just spread it open like an egg because it's pretty much shaped like an egg. You know, if you were to do it with the shear, you wouldn't have the grabbing motion. As I was grabbing the trash and peeling it back, I would just throw it directly in the trash can. You can't do that with the shear. The first couple times I demoed the airplanes, I used to just tear it up, make a big old mess. You know, I learned that if you split it open and you got two large pieces and you clean those two large pieces first, you get all that clean aluminum. You could transport it to the pile. After that, you just have debris that you have to clean up after, you know what I mean? Walk through, pick through. It's a lot easier that way.
Hey guys! Hey! I see your barbecue's coming around famously. You guys ready to go to lunch?
Oh yeah.
Okay, let's go.
My crew, if you want to get on their good side or anything like that, you throw food at them. And, you know, Pat knows that already, so whenever Pat calls me up and says, hey, you guys want to go out to lunch, I don't even got to ask him.
We're not picky when it comes to lunch. Just kind of nice to get off the pad for a little while, get a change of scenery, and relax.
Be nice.
Marina Lounge.
Just keep going. It's not like we go and we sit and talk about work. It's more of just getting out, relaxing, and we actually talk about everything and anything. Where's Huey today?
It was his wife's birthday, so he left early to go take her out on the town.
Well, that's kind of nice. Save me a little money on the lunch. But I'm surprised he didn't come to lunch and take it with him to go.
She's one of the guys when she's with the guys. And we give the same reactions. Like when she gives me guff, I certainly react.
I know somebody else who had health problems and was told not to drink or have salsa.
I don't know. Actually, you know what? I know somebody like that too.
You too?
Yeah.
I love when Pat takes us to lunch. It's cool because, you know, I can talk with her and, you know, with the guys, and we treat each other the same.
There's not anything that they feel is something that they can't talk about around me. I mean, no matter how bad it is, they still bring it up. And I think they're pretty honest, and I think that's kind of nice to have that kind of relationship.
Yeah, the baby shower would be tight. I'm gonna fix it up to where it's all like G.I. Joes, tanks, and planes and
You're having a baby shower where the men are invited too?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so it's not a baby shower, it's just a party.
It's a baby shower.
It's a party.
Baby shower.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right.
Come back and see us soon.
Yeah, thanks. We will.
The hardest part of the job out there is cleaning the aircraft. That is by far the hardest because you can crack an aircraft open. But now it, for lack of better description, it becomes stoop labor. Bending over, picking up all the little pieces that are laying out there before you scrape it. You got to divide the metal from the trash. And that's just the ugly part of the job. And there's no way around that.
Come on, Tony.
Pull it, man. It won't come off.
Oh, are you new at this?
If my criminal record kept me from getting, you know, my second dream job, because this is my first dream job, you know, and I had to work here for, you know, another 10 years or so, I'd be perfectly happy, you know, because I love what I do.
Metal pile right here. Trash pile over there.
What was that pile?
Trash, just for now.
That pile too? Oh, that's just for now.
It's just for now.
Temporary.
When I scrape it, you're f***ing up my game plan
It's a
here,
temporary,
right?
right?
Take your ass over there in the f***ing office.
Is that a temporary pile?
Get your ass out of here. This is your mess. Remember that.
Yeah, I mean, really with the little change in fabric, I could make this one look really cool in our cockpit at Air Hollywood. So I've been working on a project restoring a Pan Am Boeing 747 aircraft back to its original cabin decor, look and feel, and then actually providing people the opportunity to come aboard the aircraft and experience what it was like to fly back in the 1970s. So we've actually sold tickets to the Pan Am experience now for about the last year, and we've had over 1,000 passengers experience the aircraft and what it was like to fly on it. When you put half a dozen stewardesses in the aircraft along with the passengers and real food and the carts get set up just like it was done back in the era, it actually makes me feel like I'm sitting on a Pan Am 747 again, and I feel like I'm actually back in the 1970s.
So imagine walking on this airplane at JFK Airport back in 1971. It's a moment that changed my life forever.